Previously on the Andy Griffith Show, Barney arrests Jay.
I didn't know that was a crime. I mean, most people make calls at 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning to someone's house, right? Meet you at the jail. All right, I'll see you, Barney. Bye-bye.
Oh man, I think I got it. Help me.
And so we begin this video. Stopped along the road here. This is a scenic overlook, which I have all to myself here on this cool, crisp North Carolina morning. We are just 10 miles from Mount Airy, North Carolina. This is US 52. Look at that knob. That's why I stopped here. That's a peculiar looking mountain. It's awesome. And right here is some information. It says Pilot Mountain. Here's a picture, a close-up. Some people have drawn on it. Look at that. I'm falling. That thing. That's a wonder, right? It says the rising rock monolith was known locally as Jomoki, a Native American word meaning great guide or pilot, also known as Pilot's Knob. That's a cool nickname for it. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. I am Tampa Jay. Thanks for clicking on the video. Today I am headed through Mount Airy, North Carolina, the hometown and birthplace of Mr. Andy Griffith. The Andy Griffith Show. Mayberry. Mount Airy, you may know this, is the town that inspired Mayberry, USA. Andy Griffith's hometown. I have always wanted to stop and see this town. I am a huge fan of the Andy Griffith Show ever since I was a young lad. My dad loved the show. I grew up watching the reruns. Odds are, if you clicked on this video, same for you. One of the most iconic American television shows that depicts small town USA. And here we are. I have always wanted to go here. I have passed it by a couple times here on US 52, and I haven't had the time or the opportunity to stop, but here on my way home this morning, it was en route, and we're doing it. I hope you enjoy this video. I'm going to check out everything Andy Griffith inside of Mount Airy today, inside Andy Griffith's hometown. There's quite a few things to see. From my understanding, there's a museum, hoping to highlight that. We're gonna head over there now. I didn't realize until this moment that Mount Airy is right off of US 52. My boyhood home was also off of US 52 in New Palestine, Indiana. Who knew? I was watching Andy Griffith episodes, reruns as a kid, not that old, off of US 52, right there on it, actually. And that's pretty cool that the inspiration for Mayberry also sits right off of US 52. Just tying that in there. Hope you enjoy this video. A lot of my friends have been to Mount Airy. Of course, I'm thinking of our great friend, my great friend, Adam the Woo. I know he's been here. He stayed at the Andy Griffith house. We're gonna check that out today too. Thank you. Can't thank you enough. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. I've got an ice cold caffeinated beverage there too. I like iced coffee. I don't know why I'm adding that there. Okay. Let's get down to Mount Airy. There's much ahead. Can't you tell I'm excited? That's a big knob, dude. Can you imagine climbing to the top of that? And I have made it to Mount Airy. I stopped here to take a look at the water tower here on Rockford Street. Andy Griffith and Opie right there. Andy and Opie Taylor in a silhouette form. That's cool. I love that they're embracing their hometown hero. Of course they have to. And we have made it to Mayberry. Welcome to Mount Airy at the corner of Moore Avenue and Renfro Street. There's a free parking lot up there, up top of the hill. Well, that's Main Street, Mayberry. We're heading up there, but I stopped here because this is the Andy Griffith mural right here on the side of this old brick building, and you've got Andy Griffith all through the years here, all the way down to Matlock. Look at that. This is awesome. That is so good. It looks like someone just printed a picture, a giant picture, and just posted it on the bricks, but that is a painting. I always looked up to Andy Griffith. He was such a great role model, such a positive, humble man, always had a solution, and if he didn't, he had friends to help him find a way. And that's the whole vibe of Mayberry. Small town America. Help your neighbor. This is Andy Griffith, the singer right here. He sang a show with Elvis Presley put on by the Colonel at Fort Homer Hesterly in Tampa, Florida. How do I know? Well, there's a video on that. The Andy Griffith Plaza 2022 honoring Andrew Samuel Griffith. I honestly didn't know his middle name. Oh, he would have been 100 this year, 1926. There's some history there for you. You want to take a screenshot of that? You can. Also, here's the artist of the mural. This is a great way to begin our journey up to Main Street. This is so cool. And this is just before the parking lot. It's a map of downtown Mount Airy. Also, grab you that QR code. There's a lot to see. Main Street, Mayberry, is a lot bigger than I thought. And here we are, almost to Main Street. As you can see up there on the clock, it is 8:35, very early in the morning. I am an early riser, as Andy Griffith was. The Bank of Mount Airy over there on the corner. Welcome to Mayberry, USA. Now, I've said that over the years. Anytime I see like a picturesque town in the vlogs, I always say, welcome to Mayberry. And here we are, the inspiration of it all. Ain't that America? This is so cool. I don't even know where to start. Barney's Cafe. Cool. Home of the Barney Burger. That sounds tasty. There you go. In the window, Barney Fife. Don Knotts. Fife. I was just talking about you, Barney. The deputy with one bullet. And I walked down here at the far end of Main Street to show you this building right here is the Mount Airy History Museum. A museum devoted to the history of this town. It's a really cool building. Gates are locked. The Mount Airy Museum of Regional History, established 1993. It looks like they're open Tuesday through Saturday. They don't open up for a couple hours today. This is another option if you're stopping through Mount Airy. Just wanted to show you. There are multiple museum attractions. And it looks like some of that building has collapsed up there. Look at that, the third level. It's missing. This is Oak and Main. And across the way on this corner, look at this structure, this pavilion. It's got like a tower. Never seen anything like that. And along the wall here on Oak Street, check these sculptures out. Blending in with the brick, like camouflage. And I believe these are historic figures from the area. Donna Fargo is a country music singer, songwriter, best known for her 1970s self-penned hits, The Happiest Girl in the Whole USA. And Funny Face. She became the first woman in country music history to sell 1 million records back to back. All right, side note, back to it. That's really cool. I've never seen a memorial quite like this. All right, I walked down Main Street a little further. Over there is the Mayberry Market Souvenir Shop. They've got Andy and Opie on the logo of that. And across the way here, that's an old sign, Mount Airy Tractor Company Incorporated Toyland. It's another toy shop. Oh, there's a barber shop over here. Is that Floyd the Barber? Whoa. All right, although this looks kind of like Floyd's barber shop, it says that around the corner, the actual Floyd's barber shop. And yes, Andy got his haircut there. So we're gonna go around the corner. Mayberry t-shirts, hats, and souvenirs. And then across the way, you've got Mayberry Country. And it's blasting some music there. It is open. Look at this cool sign here. You got Andy and Opie there before the pond. You got the mountains in the background. You got the police car. You got Barney over here in the corner. That's awesome. All right. Take a gander. There's a statue of Andy Griffith right here. That would be a cool yard decoration. Never seen anything like that. Also, they got Route 66-opoly in there. Hey, that's right up our alley. And you can purchase a ton of Mayberry, Andy Griffith, Mount Airy knickknacks in here. They got all kinds of t-shirts, hats, memorabilia for you. I wonder if we could buy that cutout. That would be a cool cutout to keep at home.
Barney Fife.
And there she is, Donna Fargo. This is a cool mural. Looks like it's by the same artist that painted the Andy Griffith mural. And then across from that, oh cool, you got a Coca-Cola mural. Now we're in Mayberry. Delicious and refreshes. And this is right here off of Main Street. I think we're getting close to Floyd's Barber Shop. I see the pole down there. Bear Creek Candy Kitchen. Now this is an attraction here. A lot of snacks. We've got Barney here on a sweatshirt. Nip it in the bud. Also, you got a bear here that's festive. It's a candy shop. They got taffy, they got strawberries, they got Valentine's Day stuff. Oh wow. There's a lot of candy in here. Look at that. Whoa. Okay. Move over, Willy Wonka. Classic theater alert. Earl Theater. Wuthering Heights. Live Saturday merry-go-round. Old-time music heritage hall. And it looks like they still play movies. I love me some classic theaters. Okay, I'm going to check that out on the way back to the car. And we have Opie's Candy Store. Look at that. Opie Taylor. There are so many candy and ice cream shops right here on this portion of Main Street. Of course, we got one named after little Opie. That's a big piece of candy there. That's neat. That's a cool way to do a sign. And then right beyond Opie's, we have Floyd's Barber Shop. Here it is. Oh my gosh. Andy Griffith actually got his hair cut here. Oh, looks like they're opening. Nope, they're closed. Oh man, Floyd's Mayberry Barber Shop. There you go, a peek inside of the Floyd's Barber Shop, the inspiration. Andy Griffith could have sat right there and got his hair cut. And there he is in the background. It's Floyd the Barber. Oh, cool. And I think you can actually get your haircut in here. Cary Grant haircut. Okay, so I desperately need my haircut. I've just been busy. How cool would it have been if I got my haircut at Floyd's Barber Shop? Missed opportunity. Next time. I did a quick search. It says that Andy Griffith received haircuts from Russell Hyatt at the real-life Floyd City Barber Shop, formerly known as City Barber Shop, in his hometown of Mount Airy. Mr. Floyd the Barber right there, Floyd Lawson. It looks like this is season 1, maybe? Colby episode 12? No, I think it's season 7. I think it says 7. It's a picture of Floyd and Andy right there. And then right next door to Floyd's, you have Snappy Lunch. I've heard this is the place to eat when you come to Mount Airy. This diner has been here since 1923 and frequented by Andy Griffith himself. Home of the famous pork chop sandwich. Okay, maybe we'll grab a pork chop sandwich after the museum. The famous pork chop sandwich, $6.50. These prices are awesome. Welcome to small town America. I love it. Here's the Return to Mayberry. Oh, this is so cool. And of course, we've got one of my favorite characters, Mr. Gomer Pyle in there, Jim Neighbors. And they got Goober. All right, so it's 9 o'clock. I am going to walk back to my car and I'm going to head to the Andy Griffith Museum. And also, we've got to stop by Andy Griffith's house and the police squad, the Mayberry Police Tour location. I just want to see where that is. It's really nice that they do have public restrooms scattered all over Mount Airy. There are a ton of eateries, shops, memorabilia. This is definitely a little more touristy than I expected, but it's expected. Makes sense. And as promised, I'm going to peek in the window of this historic Earl Theater. Got the black and white checkered floor. Got the ticket booth over here. Take a look. Oh yeah, this reminds me of the Castle Theater, my hometown theater. Also the Village Theater. When I lived in New Palestine, I would go to Greenfield. Also live there too. It's a historic theater of this era. This is so cool. I would love to get in here and see it moving. All right, back in my car. We are now going to go to the Mayberry Courthouse and Jail. We're going to visit Mr. Barney Fife. All right, guys, this is exciting. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Check this out. Welcome to the heart of Mayberry. We've got Ellie's Ice Cream Parlor. We've got the Mayberry Courthouse / Sheriff's Office. We've got Barney's cop car right here. It's amazing. We got the Mayberry Hotel. And then over here, there's a lot of stuff to look at right here. There is Wally's service station. We will get there. Goober and Gomer. Wow. We've got the Darlings pickup truck here. They got the moonshine right there on the steak body falling into Mayberry. So the show was not filmed here at all in Mount Airy, of course. It was filmed on a set out in California. But they have recreated the Mayberry sets in the inspiration for the Mayberry. I've got goosebumps on my goosebumps. All right, I don't know if it's open, but I can peek in here. Let's see. Oh, wow. It looks like the show in there. Okay, I specifically remember an episode where Opie is like peeking through here. Is this open? Oh, it's open. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Is Otis in there? Here's Andy's desk, or Barney's desk, depending on if Andy was here or not. This is so awesome. And here's the gun rack, the rifle rack, the radio. Murdoch, I'm coming to get you. Different thing there. They've got the town map over here, the clock above the door. Got Barney. Oh, we can go in the jail cell. This is amazing. Holy cow. And here's Otis's cell. And they do have a picture of Otis over here. Oh man. Okay. I've got, my hairs are standing up. I've got goosebumps on my goosebumps. This is a great job. It looks just like the set of the show. Wanted. Mert Hubcaps Lesh Gang. Also, you got Big Mod Tyler, wanted by the FBI. Also, Gentleman Dan Caldwell. And this guy, Heartbreaker Shelton. I think he's a local. And this talks about the history of the actual Mount Airy police force. They had a 6-man police force. The 6-member Mount Airy police force in 1921 included all of these men here. And they do have a donation box. I will be donating. This is amazing. Look at that. I think I got a couple bills in my pocket. Heck yeah. All right. Hello. Sheriff Jay here. No, I'm the new sheriff. Well, let's say temporary sheriff. Andy's out on vacation. Barney? I don't know, I haven't seen him. I called him this morning though. He wasn't happy. He told me to meet him here. So now I'm here. Yeah? Oh, you say? Oh, okay. You got trouble. Okay, well, I'll be right down there. Where is it? The Andy Griffith Museum. No problem. All right. Barney has come and gone and in between locked me up, but that's okay. I learned this from the Andy Griffith Show. And Pirates of the Caribbean. I can't reach it. I'm almost there. Oh man, I think I got it. Oh. Help me. Got it. Oh, I think I just locked myself in. Whoops. And you gotta sign the guest book. And we've got all the characters here before the courthouse. We got Floyd, Opie, Andy, Barney, Otis, Aunt B, Goober, Ernest T, Thelma Lou, Miss Gump, Emmett, and last but not least, the Darlings. And we ended right here at Mayberry Hotel. And they've even got the cannon out here. Who remembers the cannon? So the Mayberry Hotel is actually the gift shop for this attraction. And here we are in front of Wally's filling station. It is an actual store that you can enter, but I was just told it's not open till 10 o'clock. Amazing. Goober, Gomer, Shazam. Oh man, I love me some Gomer Pile. Acme. This is so neat. The detail of this is just amazing. All right, not open yet, but I am just peeking through. It looks like they have all kinds of snacks and knickknacks in there you could purchase. That is really cool. Here's the old wrecker, Wally service station, old Chevy truck. There are several of the Mayberry police cars in the lot right now. They're having a little meeting over here. They even got an old telephone booth here, like you see in the Andy Griffith Show. Oh, neat. Check it out. Courthouse, Ellie Walker's, Floyd's Barber Shop, Juanita's Diner, Mayberry Hotel, Andy Taylor, Barney Fife, Goober Pile, Gomer Pile. I wonder if we... Oh, it's another rotary phone. Look at that. I'm coming into a lot of rotary phones. All right, Barney's number is 555. See what I did there? All right, it's ringing. Hello, Barney? No, this is Jay. Jay from Tampa. No, we've never met. I'm just calling you. Oh, are you kidding me? I didn't know that was a crime. I mean, most people make calls at 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning to someone's house, right? Meet you at the jail. All right, I'll see you, Barney. Bye-bye. And this is where you meet up to do the squad car tours. That's why there's so many squad cars here. I thought there was a special event going on, and then it clicked. All right, I don't know if Ellie's Ice Cream Parlor is an actual ice cream parlor, but it could be. It's just a little early in the morning. I am going to head to the Andy Griffith Museum, and maybe I'll get a pork chop later, but I might also save that pork chop for my next visit. Almost forgot to show Gomer's truck. There he is right there, Mr. Jim Neighbors. When I think of Jim Neighbors, I always think of Gomer Pile, of course, and the Indianapolis 500. I got to see him sing it a couple times. I was fortunate enough. Back home again, oh, such a great voice. Shazam. Oh, someone's like, show the truck. It's an old GMC stick shift. All right, Barney, I got away from him. He locked me in the jail. I have made it to the Andy Griffith Playhouse, and also on the backside, the Andy Griffith Museum. I'm gonna walk to the front over here along the road because there is a statue. Check this out. Oh man, I tried. I tried. This is amazing. Little Opie, Andy, the Taylors, Ronnie Howard, Andy Griffith. Iconic. In bronze. And it says right here, a simpler time, a sweeter place, a lesson, a laugh, a father and son. Presented by the people of TV Land. That's awesome. I'm thinking of the Bewitched statue in Salem, Massachusetts, also presented by TV Land. That's so cool. I gotta take a picture here right in front of the Andy Griffith Playhouse, and the walkway down to the museum is right over here. It's those steps right over there. I tried. And we're meandering along this sidewalk. Andy Griffith Museum. It's this building right here. Okay, this is awesome. Here's the theater over here. Put things into perspective. Looks like we enter Oh yeah, check this out. The Andy Griffith Museum. Hours Monday through Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 1 to 5. And we've got the sidecar here. I think this is from, it might be from the show. There's a lot of memorabilia inside. It could be. Alright, so we enter. There's a little breezeway here. This is where we walk up to purchase our tickets. They also have some merchandise. And it's a Saturday morning. It's going to be pretty busy. These seats are from the Andy Griffith Playhouse. These seats were in the auditorium of the Andy Griffith Playhouse from 76 to 2016. And there's a picture of Andy Griffith himself with the statue. That's so cool. This was taken in November 2004. Okay, so I've entered the museum. They have given me my badge. $10.70 for this badge, aka my ticket to the Andy Griffith Museum. And look, it's Snappy Lunch. Andy Griffith was born and grew up just a few blocks south of where you are now. His first performance on stage was even closer, mere yards away in the auditorium of Rockford Street Grammar School, now home of the Andy Griffith Playhouse. Yeah. Okay, so I was just informed nicely that there is no filming, just photos. This is a shirt that Andy Griffith wore on the Andy Griffith Show, and that is his actual badge. A nice museum, a little smaller than I expected, but neatly labeled. A lot of history, not just of the show, but of Andy Griffith's life, of course, the Andy Griffith Museum. Ken Berry's chair. We've got a suit worn by Don Knotts, Mr. Barney Fife. There's a pair of Barney Fife's gloves and an autographed picture. Andy Griffith's guitar. Here's a picture of him playing that guitar. A lot of memorabilia from Andy's time in movies. Destry Rides Again. That's a classic right there if you haven't seen that. Just a lot of stuff to look at. Really nicely labeled. Here's a picture from on set. This was taken in California, of course. Here's a recreation of the courthouse. I don't think that's the actual desk, but there are artifacts on that desk from the show. That is Don Knotts' chair that he sat in during the show. That's the gamble. And that cup was from the show. We've got outfits. Otis's hat and outfit worn on the Andy Griffith Show. Some still shots from the set. The keys, the actual keys from the courthouse. There's Andy Griffith walking on the beach in the suit. And here's that suit. I did the best I could to take pictures as much as I could. That is the tag from the chair. It got out of place. Albums, Andy's music. And it's cool because they have like an interactive thing over here on the wall where you can touch each one of his albums and listen to the music. That is Don Knotts' deputy badge from the show. He wore that on the show. Talks about the Earl Theater. Andy did perform there, of course. Matlock. Got a little section on Matlock. That's the suit that Andy Griffith wore in Matlock. That's amazing. More still shots and information. This whole thing was Matlock making the case. And this is merchandise you can buy in the shop on the way out. It's pretty neat. And then also, Charles Dow. He is the one credited for making those famous pork chops. All right, that was a fantastic time. Check this out. Bobby Gribble hates M. Larch. What episode is that from? And on the side of the Andy Griffith Theater, there are some murals. We got Memories Made in Mayberry. Got Forever Mayberry. And then over here, Hey, from Mayberry, Mount Airy. Some great photo opportunities. All right, now it's time to head to Andy Griffith's home, to his house. As we learned in the museum, it's just a couple blocks away. All right, who knew that Andy Griffith's home was right across from the water tower? Here it is right here. Andy Griffith home place. Someone was just stopping to take a look. And you can stay here. And I know my buddy, our pal, another huge fan of the Andy Griffith Show, stayed here. This is where he lived. Adam the Woo. That's a cool video. If you get a chance, check that out. I'll put it in the description if you want to watch that after the video. So I went to andygriffithhome.com, a nice little website. You can also, looks like you can book online here too as well. It says that Andy Griffith lived here with his mother and father until he graduated from high school. Furnished with all the comforts of home for the Mayberry fan, there is no other place to experience Mayberry. They're kind of promoting it here. Guests can stay in the Mount Airy home where the Andy Griffith actor lived during his adolescence until his high school graduation. This house contains antiques and is decorated in a 1930s, 1940s style with Griffith memorabilia. Andy's boyhood home is available for nightly rentals and is within walking distance. It's kind of just promoting it here. That's cool. So it says it's his boyhood home, but it also says that it was his home place from 1935 to 1966. So he kept it. That's cool. I'm sure he had a house in California too. Of course he did. And now we come back to US 52 on Andy Griffith Parkway. US 52 through Mount Airy is the Andy Griffith Parkway. Really neat that this little motel is embracing their hometown hero and the show. Check it out. Classic roadside motel alert. I've stayed at a lot of places like this. This is really neat. So yeah, US 52 goes right through the heart of Indiana, through Brookville. We've shared Brookville before, and through my boyhood home of New Palestine, Indiana. I lived at 48 Pine Street, just off of US 52 when I was a boy. And in that home in 48 Pine, I can specifically remember watching reruns of the Andy Griffith Show. And as I said in the beginning of the video, I had no idea that the Mayberry sat right on US 52. Nice little tie-in here at the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you Andy Griffith fans had a great time. If you've been to Mount Airy, please let me know. Please let me know what I missed. As you can see, there are things I didn't get to, specifically the pork chops and the squad car tour. I will be coming back. There is always much ahead here on this channel. Big fan of Andy Griffith, and I look forward to doing that. What I saw today was just amazing. I had a great time this morning. Specifically the courthouse, getting inside the jail, the recreation. The museum was really cool. Too bad we couldn't film it, but it was small and I was able to take pictures and do that slideshow for you, just like we did at Graceland last week. The sun has come out, it's warming up. I'm headed home, it's Valentine's Day. I'm excited. I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for everything. I'm just very grateful and very happy to be here, and thank you for watching. This channel wouldn't be the same without you. And I end it here. I'm gonna say all the thanks. Please give the video a thumbs up, feel free to share, subscribe below, and come on back, because as I have said before and I'll say again, and I say quite frequently, there is always much ahead. Know you're awesome, know you're loved, and no matter who you are and no matter what you're going through, just know that there is always something in the future, aka much ahead. Bye guys, I'll see you soon, very soon. A little encore for you. Aunt B's barbecue. Cool, that looks like an old Dairy Queen.